Guys, Lord, this was the best episode ever. This is the recap review for The Haves and the Have-Nots, Season 4, Episode 17. An Accident is what it's entitled. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first-time viewer. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. And please like and comment on this video. Now, the episode starts off, of course, with Jeffrey stabbing Veronica. And from the jump, it looks odd. It looks really odd the way that he stabbed her. And I'm thinking, okay, where's the blood? But Jeffrey's looking at her like... So he just casually strolls out of the compound. And everyone's looking like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this. So now Catherine is telling Hannah to go and call the police. And it's just like, oh... Do I have to? That's actually what happened. Hannah was over. She was just thinking to herself, I want this woman. If she dies, that wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I mean, that's where the heathen in Hannah came out. It came out in this episode because she was so happy and so thrilled and so honored that this woman's own son stabbed her that she called 911 reluctantly. It's like, yeah, hi, I want to report an accident. That's why it's called An Accident, the episode. Yeah, there was, she got a knife. Yes, a knife. She accidentally stabbed herself. She accidentally got stabbed by a knife. Yeah, can we just get an ambulance just to check on her? It doesn't look bad, but I want to make sure we're safe rather than sorry. And here goes Veronica looking at Hannah like, you bitch. How dare you? I am dying here. I am dying here. I'm like, where's the blood? But I am dying here. And yet, you are casually calling them, I was attacked. I was attacked. The operator saying, you were attacked? You were attacked? I was attacked. I was attacked. Are you sure? No. I was just like, no, she wasn't attacked. It was an accident. She was wounded. We don't need the police. And of course, as soon as they hear someone was attacked or endangered, then now they have to go and do a different round of questioning. Hannah's like, no, she is fine. We just need the ambulance just as a precaution. That's all. I'm telling you, I promise you, that's all. So Hannah takes the phone into another room because Veronica's like, give me the phone, Hannah. She said, no, I just have to take this call in the other room. And anyway, so the operator was like, yeah, I can't end this call without you telling me who attacked her. She's saying she was attacked. So now we have to bring in the police. She's like, you have the address. Okay, great. Come here. Hurry. Thanks. So Hannah hangs up and she goes back into the room. Veronica's just like, I don't believe you. You didn't really call them. How dare you? Why didn't you let me say something? Of course, Hannah is thinking to herself, Hannah is the no snitching queen. Hannah is not about that life. So she is not going to go and have Jeffrey ride out, especially since Jeffrey did something that she really wanted him to do. That's why Hannah's thinking, you know what, let's just take the L on this one. Let's just take the L on this one, and girl, you'll be fine. You just need to pull that out. You just need a Band-Aid. That's what she really said. She's like, you just need a Band-Aid. No, don't worry about it. So, what's her name? Catherine's like, you are fine. You are okay. I'm like, yeah, she's okay. There's no blood. Like, what's really going on? Like, you're still talking. She's like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You got stabbed with a skewering knife. It's not even an inch long. But anyway, David goes to visit Jim. And of course, Jim's just like, I know. And of course, they're crying and that's a really sad, touching moment. But here's the thing. Jim wants to go and talk with Jennifer. David's saying, she is the judge, she is the prosecutor on your case. You cannot talk to her in your current state. She was like, okay, but you need to make a deal with me. You have to go and talk to her because I need... Wait, did you see Jeffrey? Okay, so Jeffrey may not be dead. All right, are you sure that Jeffrey is dead? I didn't see him. You need to go down to the morgue or wherever he is. wherever he is. You need to go and find him. You need to look at him and say that he's not dead. See that he's not dead. Then come back to me and let me know that my son is still alive. Can you do that for me, David? Can you? And of course he can. And of course he's feeling all bad about this and that and yada yada. I'm thinking they're doing a little bit too much right now. But speaking of doing a little bit too much right now, Wyatt. Wyatt is, you just see this dream sequence of Wyatt slowly tick, tick, boom, tick, tick, boom. Just like he's back at the hotel room. And you name it, from Quincy beating him up to Wyatt saying that not only is he not gay, that he's not interested in Jeffrey, from the girl that Wyatt was interested in saying that something's wrong with him, from Landon saying that something was wrong with him, from his mother saying that something was wrong with him for multiple reasons. And for all of that, and then of course him actually killing Quincy, the dream montage and sequence goes on and on and on and on. And then finally, he goes and calls Candace. It's just like, oh my god. You know how Wyatt is. I don't know if I have that much in me, but let's take a water break. Remember to please like and comment on this video. Subscribe if you're a new viewer. And make sure that you actually click the subscribe button and it says subscribed. Because if you don't, then you're not subscribed. Me. Alright, there we go. Oh my god, Candace! I love the Candace, I did the shit! I stabbed her, Candace, I stabbed her. Who? Where was I? I was at the Cryer's house. Why were you at the Cryer's house? I was at the Cryer's house because I just couldn't take it. It was just like, what? What was she saying? What's your mom saying? It was like, oh no, it had nothing to do with Quincy. Just listen to me for a second. She was just saying all this stuff. It just had to do with me, and I couldn't take it, and so I stabbed her. It's just like, huh? Is she dead? Like, is she dead? No, I don't know. I don't know. But you need to help me. We need to go with the plan. We need to go with the plan right now. No. Because Candace has to deal with something. It's like, no, we need to go with the plan right now. You can't do this to me, Candace. You're in this together. You can't do this to me. So Candace just said, all right, I'm going to go and call a friend. She's going to go and book you a room. Her name is Erica, was it Langston? Whatever it was. You know her friend Erica. And her scammer friend Erica. You know, the one that we like. And she's just like, just wait for my call. Once it's done, I'll give you a call back. Okay, bye. Now, mind you, Candace is coming from Quincy. So she's still a little rattled. But was I the only one that thought, I was like, damn, why did it look like Candace gained a couple of years back? Because Candace was looking kind of rough before, but she looked like how she looked when the show first started a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, look at her. Look at Candy Cane. Anyway, David goes to Jennifer's office, and David wants to ask Jennifer's permission to get the location of where Wyatt's body is, and also to go and actually visit the body, to view it for himself. Now, Jennifer is talking about how, David, it's interesting how you're coming and asking for this favor, and yet, wasn't your wife just recently attacked or harmed or endangered? And Maggie Day, yes, Maggie Day, she's dead, isn't she? It's very convenient how this woman went to your wife's house, and the next thing you know, she's dead because an intruder who's been waiting for her opened the door instead of her, yet the police were there at the exact right time to go and shoot and kill the intruder. I was not born at night or last night. Don't play me. Don't play me. And David's saying, it's funny how I'm asking you to do me a favor in regards to these, to the Cryers, and yet you just keep bringing me up. Yes, I keep bringing you up because what was so special about Maggie Day? She became your concubine when I tried so hard and couldn't do it myself. Of course, because she came off super thirsty. So did Maggie, but she played her cards right. She played the loving, doting friend for a moment too, and that's how she got David. But David's just saying how, look, I just need your help. It was just like, you're not gonna get it. Because I do not. Amanda commits suicide, then Wyatt overdoses. These people are evil and crazy, which she's right, but these people are evil and crazy, and you're trying to convince me that it's a good idea for me to give you the keys to their absolution when I think that they played a hand in it. Now this is where the narrative flips, because she brings out this picture, and they even show us the picture. Like, Lord, Tyler Perry, you're doing too much. I appreciate it though, but you're doing too much. Clearly there was some thinking ahead for all of this. Well, let's be real. They could have slapped a wig on anyone and tousled her over, and it could have been Amanda. But so there's this picture of the crime scene, and originally the first person who looked at the crime scene said that it was possibly a homicide, which means someone killed her. Then this second guy who came in, who was retired, came in even though he was retired and labeled it a suicide. Then a third person came in, looked at it again, and realized, why is the blood spattered all over the room like that? And I'm thinking to myself, well, we know that Amanda was actually running around, so maybe she shot herself, and she shot herself, and maybe she was like discombobulated, and that's how the blood got all over the room. That's my rationale for it. Of course, we were all thinking, damn, maybe it was Quincy, maybe it was some. I can't see it being Catherine, or even Wyatt, or Jim. And I'm thinking, who else would have purposely done it? Like, except for the professor guy. So that's why I'm like, I'm not sure about that. But long story short, you know, David, he talks like how I talk. Well, I'm not doing these videos. Well, no. What's her name? Jennifer talks like how I talk when I'm not doing these videos. So Jennifer decides, you know, she looks at David's eyes and realizes she still likes him, so she's gonna allow him to go to the Sarandon. You know, that's their favorite hotel, the Sarandon, and go and visit Wyatt's body. Jeffrey goes and calls Justin. Justin is in bed with his wife. He takes Jeffrey's call, and Jeffrey's basically like, I need you, I'm in trouble, I need you. And Justin makes up an excuse that, oh, there's a dead body, so he has to go and investigate it. So he's just like, his wife said, I love you. He said, well, he kissed her. And so he went off to see his man. And then we have Mitch. We have Mitch with Benny. And Mitch right now is trying to do everything he can to convince Benny that this whole thought process of taking down David is bad, because that's when Mitch goes, that's when Benny goes and fills Mitch in on, okay, this is the guy that somehow was able to rewire our phone system so that all of our calls would get rerouted to somewhere else so that we don't get any. And he was like, oh, that's like some FBI stuff. So it's like, yeah. So Mitch tells him, look, you can't go and physically attack someone like that. Benny was like, of course I can. Mitch was trying to let him know, no, you cannot. You can't do that, because this guy's the type of guy that he'll have your ass, he'll put everyone in jail, he'll do anything and everything within his power to destroy you. You need to go and fight someone like that, hit him where it really hurts. You had his wife, which was dumb. What is it with you and these old women? And Benny was like, you know, those old women, they're not old in the bedroom. It's just like, oh, Lord Jesus. But he said, you need to go after what matters most to him. And again, it's smart. It's pretty messed up, but it's smart. So he's saying, well, he does have a son. And Bill's like, no, that's off. No, it's not. You need to go after what will hurt him the most. So I'm like, Lord, Jeffrey has enough to deal with. So Benny doesn't know that Jeffrey isn't living at his apartment anymore. So he's taking Mitch to Jeffrey's apartment. Jeffrey lets in Justin. And after Jeffrey trying to feel out Justin, see, okay, am I talking to the officer? Am I talking to the person who I handcuffed to the bed? And he was like, okay. So I stabbed my mother. He was like, what? It was like, yeah, she was talking. She was all like, so I stabbed her. And I don't know if she's dead. I just don't know. So Justin's just like, yeah, dispatch. Jeffrey's like, no. Shut up, Jeffrey. That's what I wanted to say. But he was just like, okay, calm down. Calm down. It's going to be okay. Yes, dispatch, yes. I need to check for a warrant. Harrington, first name Jeffrey. I think even that is a middle name. I was like, what? And then they went, they checked. 30 seconds later, they tell us that no, there isn't a warrant for his arrest, at least as of now. So he was just like, yeah, but my mom, is she alive? So it's like, I'll go and check that. But first, we need to give them some time because it's going to look suspicious if I ask out of nowhere after the first intervention, me calling it in. And I'm like, okay, but should you have really done that in the first place? Because now there's a trail. That's what I was thinking. I'm just paranoid in regards to everything. Now, David comes to the hotel room, and they're just like, yeah, it looks like he OD'd. It looks like the people who gave him the drugs are already gone. And they're like, oh, it's like it's not a crime scene anymore, so you can go and look at the body. He goes. He's like, I can't really see. Can you turn it over? Can you turn him over? And turns him over. It's just like, oh my God, that's him. That's Wyatt. That's Wyatt. And then he goes and he places his hand on Wyatt's chest. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe you're actually alive. Which we already knew. We all called it. We were like, Lord Jesus, tell you can't think that we're that dumb or that gullible. I won't say dumb, gullible. You can't possibly think that because we knew that that Wyatt was alive this whole time. The fact that you kept him rolled over for so long, we knew it because when it was Amanda, you got rid of the body, you cleaned and scrubbed that room the next episode. So we already knew, and Davis was like, call an ambulance. He's still alive. He's still breathing. So they got him off of the bed. I'm like, finally. And Lord Jesus. That's why I'm like, he OD'd, which means that his heart stopped for a certain period of time. Imagine if they didn't, oh Lord, imagine if David wasn't there and they didn't realize it, and then he didn't get the medical help, and then he started to, oh my gosh. Idiots, all of them except for David. Now, Candace calls Benny because Candace needs Benny to do her a favor. Now, she needs Benny to go and call Hannah and talk to Hannah to see what's up because Hannah was there. Because, of course, Wyatt told Candace that Hannah was there to witness him stabbing his own mother. So, the thing is that Candace doesn't know that Benny is sleeping around. Well, doesn't know how deep it is between Benny and Veronica. So that's why Hannah's still mad at Benny. Now, Benny's just like, okay, I'll do this for you, whatever. And she's like, okay, bye-bye. We're back at the house. And and Veronica's just like, what are you looking at? You're trying to kill me. I know you. I know what you want. It's like, yeah, you know what we all want. You know what we all want. We would have loved for you to die. And Hannah's just like, you are evil. I do not like you. I'm not mad at what happened. It is what it is. You're still alive, aren't you? Maybe you'll learn from this. So the medics come and they're just like, well, because Veronica was saying how, oh, she was stabbed. It's just like, oh my gosh, is the perpetrator still here? It's like, the perpetrator is my son. He's 6'1", 100, black, 173 pounds. I'm thinking, how the hell is Wyatt like 8 pounds heavier than me, and yet he's stacked? And I'm like, string bean over here. Like, what is going on? What the hell? Anyway, So they were just like, oh my gosh, we can't work on you if he's still here. It's not safe. We can't do that if he's still here. And of course, he's gone. She's being dramatic. And it was like, oh, you can't take it out. It's just, the knife was 6 inches. And this is where Hannah was like, Lord Jesus, the knife was not 6 inches. The knife was maybe 1 inch. 1 inch max. And they go and they pull it out. And this is like, oh yeah, your implant saved you. And Veronica and, Hannah and, what's her name? Catherine were cackling. They were trying not to, but they were just like, yo, implant girl? And Veronica's just like, I do not have an implant. It's just like, oh, my mistake. No, you do not have an implant. So it's just like, okay, so that's why there's no blood, because it's just a surface wound. It's just a vanity wound. It's just like, okay, but I still need medical attention. It's like, all right, we'll take you to the hospital. And so they have to go and help her up and help her walk. She's like, I'm like, and Hannah was cackling. I was like, ah! I was like, Hannah was so happy. Because she was so happy. Catherine said, get out. My son still died, and you're laughing at this like this is funny. Get out. I'm like, oh, Catherine, shut up, because if only you knew. If only you knew. Now, of course, if this was the real world, we would have been like, damn, Jeffrey shouldn't have done that. But since this is the show, and we know how evil Veronica has been, I feel like we can all give him a pass. This has been a long time coming. If it wasn't going to be him, it was going to be someone else, and they probably just would have shot her point blank. So, what's his name? Benny calls Hannah, and Benny's calling Hannah because he needs to figure out, okay, what's going on. Hannah catches on quickly, and so she's like, oh, so why are you calling me? What do you want to know, Benjamin? You're not slick. He was just like, okay, so when you bring my car back, I'll bring it back soon. And he was just saying, so what were you doing with Veronica? What are you doing at the Crier's house? Like, because of course she's like, yeah, I'm at the Crier's house. It's like, I'll tell you if you tell me. Well, I'm not telling you. Well, I'm not telling you either. It was just like, well, you know, Wyatt died. Hannah goes and says Wyatt died. It's just like, oh, wow, that sucks. It's just like, yeah. And so a police car pulls up. So she's saying, oh yeah, and by the way, why was Mitch's car, it was an old Nissan Maxima, but it was so clean. But why is there a huge dent in it? I'm like, are you kidding me? He's a car person and he has a huge dent anyway. But the police car pulls up behind Hannah, and so Hannah's like, I have to go. That's when Benny's like, did Wyatt really go and stab Veronica? So it's like, oh, so is that why you're really calling me? She hangs up, and Jennifer with the other officer comes, and it's just like, we need to talk. We need to talk to, what's her name? Talk to Catherine. And so we're thinking, okay, so by now Jennifer must know. By now she has to know. I really hope she knows, because if she doesn't, yeah, I think she knows. She knows. So this episode was so good. I have to rest my voice for the next 30 minutes and then do the recap for Scream. So watch out for that as well. As well as my other stuff. Again, if you haven't already, please like and comment on this video and subscribe if you're not a subscriber of mine. Thanks.